Lao Chef takes on sushi bake. That's the intro. I'm gonna be taking viral recipes of the internet and making it Lao, so like Lao style. I wanna show you how I create my ideations of what this recipe might possibly look like, to the process of like the messiness of making it all come together. And then by the end, you all will have a cleaned up recipe and a delicious one. In my head, a Lao style sushi bake, or at least the items that I need. Instead of the nori, I'm gonna do this. Healthy, look, healthy. This is romaine lettuce, and you'll see why I'm using this in a bit. So I also bought Thai red curry, this nam chua, See if it'll focus. Oh my God, it was $8.50. I understand inflation and food prices are going up, but this piece of meat in my hand is $8.50. That's a lot. So I usually like using som mu, that's the Lao version of nam chua. Nam chua I find to be a little bit more sweeter than som mu, and so you'll adjust to that. Yeah, so we're using nam chua. Do you know what I'm making yet, besides the sushi bake? Any guesses? Of course we need the imitation crab meat. I got it for $1.99, this whole bag, because it was on sale. So compared to $8.50, $1.99. I'm eating this all week, but we're gonna put these two together. All right, so drum roll. What am I making with expensive meat and lettuce that has to do with sushi bake? I am making a Nam Khao inspired sushi bake. Did you hear that? I heard it because my stomach's grumbling from just like the description of that. So if you know Lao food, Nam Khao is one of those popular Lao dishes that's like fried crispy rice mixed with fermented sausage and all the aromatics and herbs that you want. It's one of the best rice dishes I've ever had. Maybe I'm biased. And sushi bake is one of the best like baked rice dishes. So what does it mean when they have a baby? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. But let's see how it is executed. First thing you wanna do in this recipe is cook the rice. So we need this rice fully cooked. And if you don't have a rice cooker, so this is a method I used when I was in college and I didn't have a rice cooker, I didn't have any of that, but it always worked. So I'm gonna share the secret with you. All you need is the measured rice. Make sure you rinse it 3 times. This is already pre-rinsed. And then the measured amount of water. So I'm using 2 cups of jasmine rice to 2.5 cups of water. And it's gonna give you the best, fluffiest rice without a rice cooker. So I have a medium, small size pot right here. And all you're gonna do is add the rice first. Because I know rice expands in double the size, I feel like we're gonna need a bigger pot. So mistake number 1, make sure you use not a small pot, but a medium pot. That's too much. It's gonna, whoop. To be safe, we're just gonna use this pot, which is like double the size. So put all the rice in here. I already made a mistake, y'all. See, this is why you recipe test or just practice cooking, because you'll know what will and won't work before you actually do it, because that would have just overflown and my stove would have been really wet. Your measured water, add that right on top. I like turning on heat on high first, and then once you see that the water is starting to simmer, that's when you move to the next step. So we're just gonna wait for that. The rice is at a nice simmer right now, so I'm gonna put a lid right on top and then turn it down to low and then put on 15 minutes. And that's it. And so while we wait for this to cook, we're gonna do the crab layer. So let's work on the crabs. Next step is preparing the imitation crab layer. So sushi bakes, always imitation crab. I didn't think I wanted to take that away, but I did want to add the nem chua that I showed you all earlier, som mu in Lao, because I think it's gonna add this nice like sour, like fermented taste. And then QP mayo. So we're keeping this crab layer simple. And so usually sushi bake, I've seen that it has people add, was it cream cheese? That's what it's called, cream cheese. But I've made sushi bakes like the traditional sushi bake without cream cheese, and I actually prefer that because it's a bit lighter and not so heavy. So this is the first time I've used this brand. It was like $1.99, and original price was like $8.99. I don't know why it's so cheap. Am I able to trust this? I don't know. We'll see. Smells good. It has a lot of ingredients in there. I'm looking at the back right now. Is any of it even crab? I don't think so, but you want this minced up. So I'm gonna cut it down one way first. Okay, let me show you the plate that I'm using, the baking plate. So, I don't know. I feel like, actually this might be enough, however much this is. So I guess we're going with a pound. So this is a pound of imitation crab meat. This is the first time I'm using this version. So typically, so if you're not familiar with nem chua, it's usually at Vietnamese markets and it's wrapped typically like this, or sometimes, or oftentimes I see it in squares. Oh, look at that. You can eat one, one snack to go. Da, da, da. It's like a tube of meat. I'm gonna try this out just so I know what it tastes like. I was right, it's sweeter. This is my the segment of the show where I rant about ingredients. These fermented pork, they always call it raw fermented pork, but actually when you ferment something, it gets cooked, so it's actually not raw anymore. Anyways, this was made popular on TikTok by this lady, and so she always says, oh, her Lao mom introduced her to these, and now she loves them so much. And so in Lao, they're called somu, and that's what they're introduced as, but as her videos started becoming more and more viral, people were commenting, because people know this more as nem chua, at least the loud voices on the internet were saying, oh, that's nem chua, nem chua. And so it eventually became, again, when Lao food is introduced as Lao food, diluted and disappeared. And I think that's the frustrating part, like especially like foods like this, like it's only accepted when it is changed or rebranded into something else. So the one that she was eating was actually the Lao version, which is less sweet. And I totally understand if she was eating the Vietnamese version, then yeah, it's Vietnamese. But the one she was eating was the Lao version called Som Mu, and I think those should be respected and called out as the Lao version. So right here, I'm using the Vietnamese version, Nam Chua. Rant over. Rice is done, and I want to show you all how magical this rice is. Are you ready? Oh, this is heavy. Okay, so this is the rice, 15 minutes, and bam! Ooh, yeah, that looks so good. Look at that. This is perfect jasmine rice. Every time, perfect. Oh, wow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just fluff this up a bit, and then I'm still working on the filling. So I'm just gonna let this sit until I'm ready for the rice. Works every time. The nam is minced up. I just want to show you, I decided to make it even smaller because I want the flavor to go throughout the crab layer. 8.4 ounces. That means I can eat 0.4 ounces. So now we have these two, imitation crab meat and the nam chua fermented pork. And so we're gonna put them together. So first imitation crab, and then the fermented pork, the mayo. Actually, no, I don't want to eyeball the mayo. I feel like this is going to be half a cup of mayo. It sounds like a lot, but once you see the spread, it still is a lot. I enjoy Kewpie mayo. So if you didn't know, Kewpie mayo tastes better, and I think it's because they use mostly the yolk. Let me double check. Yeah, the egg yolks instead of egg whites. And it's just really delicious. So I'm gonna measure out half a cup. And I guess it's okay to use this much because I'm not using cream cheese, right? Me telling myself why it's okay to eat more mayo. That is my life. I'll put all the mayo in here. All that mayo, just get in there. Ooh, yeah. And I'm just gonna like clump it all up, because the imitation crab meat is in squares, so it can still be broken apart. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. I want it more together, and so since I'm not using cream cheese, I'm just gonna add more mayo. I used all this mayo. 12 ounces. That's another half a cup, or even less than half a cup. So I'm gonna just mix it together. That's good. It's real good. It's not as I think it's because cream cheese kind of brings it together, but I'm fine without that. So let us do the next step. I want to add a little green onions just to add some like that fragrance into it because it's so heavy with the fat. So mix it well. The next step is taking your baking pan and then making the rice mixture. So I'm just gonna show you all up close on what that looks like. Come with me. First thing I'm gonna do is add the rice. So typically when you make nam khao, you want the rice already like cooled down, but we're not making exactly that. So I feel like you don't need it to cool down. This was just letting it sit while I was making all the other stuff. I'm gonna add about 1, 2, 3-ish tablespoons of red curry powder. We'll add this is salt, a little bit of that. Sugar, tablespoon. I think this might be too much, but we'll see. Fish sauce. And the lime juice, 1 whole lime. And then a whole egg. Some minced up lime leaves, makrut lime leaves. And this is a cup of unsweetened coconut. Go in and mix everything. That's what happens when you don't got bowls. You just use things multiple times. I cleaned it and then I wiped off the water. So let's add some, this is avocado spray. A good layer on the bottom. Put it straight in there. All right, so happy with that. Imitation crab layer. So I'm just gonna press this down as well. I'm just gonna use it all, but next time I don't think I need this much. Look at this, how beautiful it is. I initially wanted mayo mixed with jail bong and then put that on top because I think that would be good. But I didn't know I was going to use all my mayo, unfortunately. Next time I'll get more mayo. I'm just going to still use the sriracha. We haven't used much of it. Just a light sriracha. Tin foil on top because I don't want it to dry out. It's going to be cooking in there a little bit longer than a usual sushi bake. All right, in the oven. The oven's at 400 degrees, so I'm gonna put it right in there. And then I'm gonna start with an hour and see if we need more time. So see you all in an hour. The timer just went off, so I'm putting my mittens on. And it's been an hour, so we're gonna see if that's enough to make it crispy. Hot. Really, look at the bottom. You guys see the bottom? I think that's like kind of crispy. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, let's do a close-up of that. Let's see if the bottom's crispy. I'm just gonna take a little edge here. Oh, kind of crispy. Oh, here is the scoop I just got. Oh, hot. It's hot, confirmed. And it's kind of dark on the bottom. I'm going to see how it is. It could be more crispy. But flavor, Gabao, no. Gabao's trying to come eat. It's not done yet. We're going to put it back in the oven for like 10-20 minutes. But, ooh, look on the bottom. So this is what it looks like. Ooh. And then let's see the bottom. Is it crispy looking? Here. I think it is more crispy looking. Oh, I gotta show you this. Ow! I didn't learn the first time. If you know nam khao, you recognize that color and that look. And I feel like well, the only way to know is to try it. Oh! The flavor is like moving around. You hear it? Oops. That's good. Okay. I think I'm gonna put it in the oven one more time, and I think that should be it. And I'm gonna put it in I think another 10 minutes will be good, but why not 20 more minutes? So let's do that again. Look, that's hot. Oh my God. Look. Ooh. Okay, the bottom. Oh yeah, that's crispy. You see it? Oh, oh, oh wow. Crispy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. That's what I want. So let's give it a try. Oh, you can hear the crunch. Let's do the finishing touches and then I'll show you how you can enjoy this. It is done. I probably would let it cool, but because I'm hungry, I want to just like complete it and then start eating. So what you want to do next is, I'm gonna grab, so we have some green onions. I'm gonna just top it off. I have some cilantro. So I think if you let this cool, then the herbs won't, you know, wilt and get all cooked. Some roasted peanuts. But then of course you need a whole jar of bird-eye chili pepper. Some lettuce to eat this with. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. I actually like how refreshing it looks. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Put it right on top. Have some pepper on there. And wrap it up and enjoy. Good bite. Oh my God, it works. I am in shock, but not really, because I just felt it in my stomach that it was gonna be really good. Wow, this turned out really well for the first time I'm making this. So this is the sushi bake, inspired by Nam Khao Lao style, and it's beautiful. I definitely would do some things differently next time. So maybe in the final recipe, I would highly recommend to look at it. That will be a little bit different. I could actually maybe see cream cheese working in this, maybe just a little bit. I definitely want it to be more saucy on top, but the rice on the bottom is perfectly crispy. Like that was the perfect amount of time. And add a little less imitation crab, and I think that would be the main big differences, but I'm gonna like let it marinate and see how this plays out when I make the final version of this. But I'm curious to know, what do you all think of this recipe? How was it joining me on my cooking process of making a dish that doesn't exist, but making it Lao style? Do you want to see another episode? Comment below how you would improve this dish, and also comment, let me know what other like viral recipes I should make Lao style, because I had a lot of fun making this, and my stomach's having a lot of fun as well. But yeah, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time on this new series that we're calling Lao Chef Takes on Viral Recipes. Actually, there we go. There she is. This is the end of September, and I'm gonna be heading on the Lao foodie tour and meeting everyone from around the world that is joining me. It's about 15 of us, and we're gonna be venturing in northern Laos for 1 whole week. So I'm gonna miss her so much. But I'll also be going to Japan before that to do something special that I'll be sharing with you all very, very soon. But look, Gaba, look, I made that. It works. I can't give you any, but at least you can smell. We'll see you all on the next episode of Lao Chef Takes on Viral Internet Recipes. All right, bye.